Hi, I can't stop thinking about this opera called Suor Angelica, which was written in 1918 by Giacomo Puccini. And if you haven't seen it, then stop the video right now and go watch it, okay? There's on YouTube a production from the Metropolitan Opera 2007 with Barbara Fitoli as Angelica, Sister Angelica. Oh, there goes the laptop fan to scream while I make a video. Go watch it and then come back here and then we'll talk. Okay, we'll talk. Should I make a video? I need to go to bed. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to post this. I don't want to talk about this right now. I changed my mind. I just think that like there's the world's coming to an end. I think the world's coming to an end. And so I think that there's we just want a miracle. We want a miracle. And this is what happens with Angelica. She gets a miracle. Despite her trauma, she gets what she wants. And like I told, I'm going to ruin it for you right now. I'm going to ruin it for you. Go watch it first. She reunites with her son. And you could say that she doesn't reunite with her son because she's hallucinating on plants. Why would she be growing poisonous plants in her garden? She's a gardener at the convent or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? She you could grow foxglove, I guess, but like that's just like a flower. She's more than that. She's an herbalist. You know what I mean? Why do you poison berries that are gonna like kill you that instantly? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I think she could just be tripping balls. If I were to direct Suor Angelica, maybe I would do it like she would just hallucinate and just be like tripping balls, and then get rescued, and then she doesn't die, but she still gets to see her son. You know what I mean? That no matter what, if I were to direct it, you have to have the miracle. It has to be big, lots of lights in the sun coming out. You know, that you can't mess up. That you can't downgrade that. You can't. And it has to be visual. People say, "Oh, it's all the music. You're cheap and you're trying to save money." I see you opera directors out there trying to save money, nutsos, nut jobs, psychos, trying to save the opera company money. Screw you. Oh, we're doing a modern day Traviata. We're doing a modern day Traviata. So everyone's going to be in jeans and t-shirts. I see you. I see what you're doing. You're a criminal. How dare you? You should be in jail. And when I'm Emperor Orion, Emperor of the planet, I'm going to put you in jail. Not really. I take it back. Okay. I don't want to be Emperor of the world, you guys. Okay. What was I talking? Okay. So this opera. Yeah. Because like it worked. It like it doesn't work out for her. And then it does, and then it doesn't, and then it does. You know, it's just like going back and forth. And a great representation of panic when she does drink the poison. I was going to make a separate video about panic in opera, the idea of panic in opera with like Rigoletto has a lot of panic. Who else panics? Why is that the main one that I'm thinking about right now? The Rigoletto. I just saw the console when she's throwing all the papers everywhere, freaking out, throwing all those papers everywhere. That's a little more rage than panic, I think. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna post this video. This video sucks. Somehow, I think the UFOs and the aliens are somehow tied to a miracle. Just like something else in life, just like life not being mundane anymore, and war is so mundane. It's so stupid. Oh my god. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're floating on a rock. We're floating on a rock. Oh my god, I just saw a video of the Milky Way. And a tiny little circle, like not a tiny circle, but a circle in the Milky Way. And that circle represented all the stars that we see with the naked eye that are like a bajillion miles away, and they're so far away. And that's only our galaxy. How do they got that space camera? That space camera was built by aliens. James Webb? Who's James Webb? A gray alien? Why do you build that camera that can see a trillion miles away? We can't figure out the fossil fuel industry. We got that camera that looks 1,000 trillions. Light years. Billion trillion. And we can't figure out how to move around without polluting the planet, killing everything. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I don't know. I do know. I know everything. Just kidding. And the way that the other two operas work with Suor Angelica, they work so perfectly. Oh my god. Il Tabaro and the other eyeballs that I'm scratching with my bare hands that I haven't washed. Gianni Schicchi. That's the name of the opera. That's what Gianni Schicchi means in Italian. I mean, yeah, they all have to do with death, but they talk about there's a dead son in the first opera. There's a dead person in the beginning of the third one, and so it opens. It's where Angelica closes, with her dying, and everyone's crying in the audience, and then Act 3 or the third opera opens with everybody crying on stage for Buoso, but they're not really crying because they're fake crying, and so you're already in a comedy. And the fake crying reminds you, the audience member, that in a way you're fake crying too. You're not really crying for someone real when you cry for Angelica, because the people on stage aren't really crying for Bozo because they don't really care about him. They don't care about him. They hate him. Not they hate him, but they want his money. They're happy that he's dead. Yeah, it's all just perfect. And what's the name of the soprano in Gianni Schicchi? Loretta? Let's look it up. She finally gets her man, and the other operas, like, these women don't get their men. Angelica, as a kid out of wedlock, you don't even know. I can't remember if she I don't think she talks about being in love with another guy, with the guy that she had the kid with. But obviously in the first opera, you have a woman who's been cheating. And the idea of being a whore, right? I'm not saying she's a whore, but the husband in the first opera, Il Tabaro, keeps calling her a whore because of he suspects her cheating. What, I don't remember what I was looking up. And then Angelica has the kid out of wedlock. It's all connected. Gianni Schicchi, all of those characters are kind of whores in their own way. Even the men, right? All they care about is trying to take. I say whore, by the way, not to be sexist. I'm saying it in general. Men can be whores too. It's like a prostitute kind of frame of mind. Like, I'll do this thing for you if you give me that. It's just very transactional way of seeing the world. Not really thinking. What the hell was I looking up? Oh, what's the name of Loretta? Yeah. Oh, there was a real Gianni Schicchi. He was an Italian knight. Oh, mentioned in Dante's Inferno. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll get some books about it, and we'll get more into this opera. It's great. I love it. I love it. Is that Toscanini? Mm. Study. Happy Pride Month. Be gay. Go be gay. I don't care. Do your thing. Be a whore. I don't care. Live your life. Aliens are coming. Aliens are so coming. Oh my god. And these motherfuckers are gonna get up in their weather balloons and fly away. I'm not talking about the aliens. I'm talking about all the corrupt humans out here on planet Earth. They're gonna get in their weather balloons like the Wizard of Oz and gonna fly away and pretend that they had nothing to do with it. They're gonna vanish. They're gonna vanish out of thin air. I promise you. I promise you. One day they'll be gone because they'll be looking at these aliens and no one's gonna be, well, be so shocked that no one's gonna be talking about all those other key players that were screwing around, punching up the planet. Then they're gonna put the big boys in charge, the gray aliens with their big brains. They're gonna put the aliens in charge. Of course they are, or whatever. The Nordics. I don't know. Probably all four of them. But then what? You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like people talk about the age of Aquarius. Like, we need to put ourselves on a different vibration, and then we'll start existing in a different dimension. And da 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 da. It's like a miracle. It's like Angelica. It's like, here I am begging for mercy because I took poison and now I don't want to go to hell and I want to reunite with my son. So I'm going to beg the Madonna, let me reunite with my son. And not only does that happen, but he comes in through the cathedral in which she's outside of. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's beyond miracle. It's like, huh? Like what? And so it makes you question. Suor Angelica is like an opera to end all operas because it's opera incarnate. You can't tell this story in a play because of the music, the way that the music is in the last few moments. It's so heavenly, it's so divine, it's so beautiful, and yet it's such a dark moment, of course, on the surface. But that's the point, is that it's trying to make you think, is this a miracle? Is she hallucinating? Is this a miracle? I think obviously the music would be saying it is a miracle, but then you have the context of real life, of not necessarily no religion, but no miracle, in which you would just tell yourself, no, she's hallucinating. And so you're left with it. I was thinking to myself, Suor Angelica's not, it's not a religious piece. It is religion. It is spirit. It is the question itself. What is life? What is a miracle? What is beyond, I guess you could say, beyond everything that you can explain? Because you can't. How do you explain that? How do you explain a little dead boy coming in through a cathedral with a bunch of lights and the Madonna? Depending on how you stage it, she's supposed to be right there too. So, how do you explain that? Time travel? So that's what we're looking to now. It's like we're in such crisis mode that all anybody can talk about, now I'm on one, now all anybody can talk about are these damn aliens, because they are to us miraculous, and they're miraculous enough to, with sci-fi, we find reasons to explain it. Well, if you get in a rocket ship and you go to another galaxy and then you come back, Earth would have passed by 7 billion years and you would have passed by 7 minutes. It's like we try and calculate it mathematically, rather than just looking at the Bible and saying, well, look, it says here that this miracle happened, and so therefore it did because it says so, and if you don't, then you go to hell. So we're trying to be mathematical about it. And I guess there is a mathematics about the alien stuff, right? And now it's almost beyond mathematics. It's like, and it's beyond lore. It's totally beyond lore. Cryptid, it's beyond cryptid, because it's literally, the Pentagon is releasing this stuff. The Department of War or whatever. You just look at it online. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. It's there. And so it's in our backyard now. They know this, but I think they know this. They know that we're reaching for that miracle, to make our own lives okay now, because now our lives are stagnant and lack meaning, partially because of AI, but also just because of the truth, where we've just woken up with TikTok and everything and reading in between the lines. It's very easy to see, and we don't believe the lies anymore. When these politicians, you can just tell when they're lying out of their ass. Have you guys been able to see that lately? Who's watching? But have you been able to see, like, I look at people now and I'm like, oh, I know all about you. Like, I feel like I have an increased discernment lately. Or I'm crazy. I don't know. And I see things out of the corner of my eye sometimes. So maybe the veil is lifting. People say that. They say the veil's lifting. We're going through this extreme change and the veil is lifting. Why don't you say we're going through extreme change and it has just to do with politics, threat of nuclear war, international conflicts and AI and this and that. It's not about. It's like the veil is lifting. What are you talking about? But like, you understand? Like, we're reaching for that. You want the veil to be lifted. You want that little boy to come in through the cathedral and almost like scare you. It's frightening. Angelica, her first, she says two ahs, ah, and then she says it again, ah. So the first one is like, she's almost frightened, right? Like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, I actually got what I wanted. And then the second one is, of course, ecstasy, or, not ecstasy, I guess, yeah. Bliss. Very warm ending. It's a very warm ending, despite it being so icy just moments before it, when she's begging for forgiveness. That moment is so icy, it's so panicky. And almost cruel. I almost couldn't. The first time I listened to Suor Angelica, I didn't know what was going to happen. I almost couldn't finish it. I was like, this is just too much. I can't handle it. My heart was racing. I was reading it. I was reading the libretto, and I was listening to the Joan Sutherland recording, which I recommend. I recommend looking at the libretto. The libretto says that the boy comes out, runs to her, and comforts her as she dies. Which, of course, you don't get much now. Now everybody takes it to, they want to get psychological about it. Whatever. Opera's dead. You know what? Let opera die. If they don't want to try and fix it, then just let it die. I don't care. I would rather that it was fixed. But leave it to the small companies. Leave it to the small companies to do Traviata in pants and a t-shirt. Really. I mean, come on. It's the Met. You're the Met. You're San Francisco. You're Chicago. You're this, you're that. What are you doing? Put some clothes on. Like, what are you doing, man? Come on. Trying to save money. I know what you're doing. You're trying to save money. Give people jobs. I want jobs. I like jobs. Seamstresses, everything. Carpenters, everything. Get them in there. And then again, though, we've talked about this before, chicken or the egg, right? Do they have to operate that way because ticket sales are low and they don't have the money? But then there's but then again, I would just say, I think the answer is pretty simple. Do 2 operas a year instead of 8. But make them good, There's just, when I was working in San Francisco, I worked with the San Francisco Opera, and it just seemed like some of them were just cash grabs. They were just terrible. Bare stage Tosca and stuff like this. It's just weird. Anyway. Don't have Scarpia be young and hot. Get out of my face. He's supposed to be old and ugly. That's the point. He doesn't have to be ugly, okay? He has to be old. Okay, whatever. Anyway. Ugh. This is not ASMR. It's totally fine. Whatever. Anything else? I don't know what else to talk about. Just wanted to get my thoughts out there. So this is how I do my thing. That's how I do my thing now. Okay, that's how I relax at the end of the night. Okay. Do you think I should talk like this? I don't think I can talk like this for very long. This is too much, right? Like doing this, like this is true ASMR. I don't want to do this. No, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm gonna go now. My clothes are falling off. Okay, bye. Oh my god, I'm falling.